Morning, Joel here at your home in the country, AM 860, FM 95.1. Some bonus guests in the studio today with me this morning. First time on the air, so be nice to him. Mike Steele with Ultimate Tax. How are you this morning, Mike?
Good, Joel. Thanks for having me.
You know, it is tax season already. It's hard to believe. You know, we're going to be getting those W-2s in the mail here momentarily, and we were talking, you know, you and I have known each other for a while, and it's one of those things where some people are just so intimidated by the process, and you guys have a fairly simple solution to taking some of that burden off of the client.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about it's our specialty. It's what we do. So for us, taxes is it's I hate to say easy, but it's the thing that we do every day. So when you bring in your W-2s and you have your tax questions, we're prepared for that. So
and the thing with it is, with taxes, you know, my brother, he is a tax preparer. He's an attorney who does a lot of estate taxes and things like that. And so he tells me about tax school that you guys all go to, and the code changes, and it is not a simple code. I know that was something that's always discussed in election years, is tax code and things like that. But what are some of the training and things that you have to go through? I know this is your livelihood. This is what you do. I know that you have to walk away from your family for a few days
Sure.
and get trained up on it. What are some of the new things that you may have learned at this year's tax school with the 2016-2017 version?
So there's every year there's always changes, mostly updates. So I mean, tax code updates a little bit, exemptions change, the amount that you can deduct changes. But you know, in a political year, there wasn't a lot of changes. The biggest thing that's happened this year is the PATH Act. And what that's going to do is it's going to delay refunds for every taxpayer, essentially every taxpayer. It's something that you would have thought the IRS was doing a long time ago, but it's actually verifying your W-2 information against what the IRS is getting reported to. So they're actually going to delay advanced earned income credit, child tax credit. They're going to delay earned income credit. And so that's going to hurt a lot of folks that depend on that money early in the season here.
And with that, I know that you guys, I've talked to you about some of your advertising, some things like that. You guys have some ability to get some of that cash in people's hands in
Sure.
advance.
Yeah, so we're part of a very large organization that I started a few years back, and so that allows us to stay in the know, I guess. So we're offering up to $1,000 against your refund if you qualify. So you can come in, file your taxes, and within a day, we can get you up to $1,000.
And like you said, so many folks, they rely on that refund as kind of their cushion or to help zero out some of the expenses that they may have out there looming. And it's something that people do depend on. And having a competent tax preparer and someone who can maximize those dollars to get back to them, that's something that is so important to so many people out there. How many tax preparers do you guys have on your team, and what's the process if I'm looking for a new tax person, or I've never really done it, I've always done it myself or
Sure.
something like that? What's kind of the best way to get a hold of you guys and to learn more about that?
So that's a great question. So right now we just added another staff. So we have 4 full-time tax preparers. We all have accounting degrees or lots of tax experience, gone to school for accounting. The best way to find out if you should move your tax preparer or not is really based upon your gut feeling. So if you don't feel like you're getting all the deductions you should, or you feel like you're overpaying, that's where we can bring in our experience. Come in, sit with us. It's free to sit with us, first time go around, and we'll explain how we work. It's really easy to move from one tax preparer to another. You just need to bring in your last year's tax return, some IDs, and then we can get you started.
And Ultimate Tax is out in Plaza Place. It's out across the street from the new Come and Go and the Muscatine Community College out there right off of Park Avenue. So it's really easy to find. When they did that street renovation, it just kind of opened up your storefront. It's so much easier to see and get to now. And
yeah.
So if you're looking for that location, that's where you can go. What's the phone number that folks can call you at?
It's 563-263-0323.
What was it about accounting and taxes that kind of tripped your interest and decided that's kind of where you wanted to be?
For the same reason that you're doing what you're doing, it was just something that came to me when I was younger. I liked the accounting. I liked the numbers. I was good at numbers. So I went with the accounting. And early on, my dad he got into the tax business. And so I liked it. I enjoyed the customers. I enjoyed unfortunately breaking the bad news to people, but I also enjoyed sharing the good news with people. So when it came to tax time, to me it was like a puzzle. and I enjoy putting those pieces together.
And I think that there's so much technology out there that a lot of folks think that they can do it themselves, and some folks can, but I know that, like, for my personal family, my wife is self-employed. It's very difficult for us to try to do all that on our own. So we need that competent tax provider to help us do that. And there's a lot of folks out there that you maybe have missed something on your own just because it's not your everyday. Like, I would imagine that, my father is in the medical profession. Like, there are things that he knows. We watch a football game, he sees a guy go down, and he kind of has within like 3 injuries that person probably had just by the way that they fell down. A tax preparer, they look at the information and they can see, oh, you may have missed this in previous years. There may be some dollars that are actually still available to you. And to know all that, and that consultation time, like you said, that first consultation is free. You just sit down and you can evaluate whether maybe or not it's a good fit to switch over, or really a good opportunity to keep using you guys as your tax preparer.
Sure.
Mike Steele with Ultimate Tax. Again, what was that phone number again? I should write it down here.
Oh, it's 263-0323.
And it's going to be here before we know it. W-2s have to be in everyone's hands by the end of January for their employees. So as soon as you get that information, run on out to Ultimate Tax, take a look at it, and see if they can get you some information on,
Sounds great.
on saving you some money and getting that $1,000 in your hands quick. Like you said, that PATH Act is a change. I was just reading about that over the weekend. It's funny you brought it up. And so it may delay the refund. This may be an opportunity for you to get some of that cash
Absolutely.
In your hands early so that you can get it moving forward. Mike Steele with Ultimate Tax, thanks so much for coming in this morning. Welcome to your first on-air experience. You did great.
Thank you, Joel.